Hey, what's up? I had a subscriber ask for a comparison for the Endura 4 versus the Stretch 2, and I thought that would make a pretty good video. So let's just go ahead and try to run through that real quick. The um, the Stretch 2, I know I have a review on both of these if you want to know a little more in depth, some of my thoughts on them, but very ergonomic and just a fantastic EDC. Has this choil up here where you can really choke up on the blade and really have a lot of control. And you can kind of see how my thumb kind of slides down that spine and hits right about mid-spine. And you can really go to work with this tip or any of this edge. There's a ton of control here. So, it's kind of designed for that. Or if you're upside down doing any kind of pull cuts, your thumb is probably safer back here, but I find myself with my finger here and my thumb in the choil here. And I haven't been cut or anything like that, but I can understand why some people would not want to do this particular grip. I use it all the time, but So kind of one of them things. I really enjoy this little half choil. It's like a 50-50 choil because you got 50% of the jimp in here on your blade, and then the other 50% is on this FRN handle here. So I really enjoy it. I'd say the knife feels most comfortable on the Stretch 2 regular hammer grip like this. Your fingers just kind of fall here like this. And of course you do have that option to come up here. You can stay back here. You can come up here like 3, put your top finger up here, and then you really, the way the blade shape is just slightly round here, you really have a lot of control for whatever you're trying to cut. A lot of them same techniques can be applied to the Endura 4, of course, but it just may not be as well designed for them type of grips and stuff. So you can see the construction is about the same on these two models. They do offer this in a carbon fiber, and they do offer the Endura 4 in a G10, or they used to. It's been discontinued now. I'm sure you could still find a G10 Endura 4 if you really wanted to. And of course, with the Endura, there's all different flavors. If you want to track down the saber grinds, you've got the VG10 steels. This particular one happens to be ZDP, full serrated edge ZDP, which has been discontinued, and combo edge, and the FRN, kind of the same thing, but you only have ZDP plain edge, and that will come in this powder blue, which now I guess this powder blue has been discontinued. So now you'll only be able to find it in the same Ranger type green, or I forget what they call this, a racing green or something. But I don't know if my camera's picking this up. It's kind of a greenish, really dark green, black-ish kind of color. In Spyderco, I think Sale and the crew over there kind of want to keep all the ZDP line in this British racing green, I think is what they call it. I could be wrong. But anyways, I like this powder blue a lot. Probably should pick up another one before they get real hard to find. But anyways, I think it'll look good in green too. So, if you want the ZDP FRN, pretty soon you're only going to be able to find green easy. And then of course you have the black FRN, which is VG10. And of course you can get this in VG10 also, flat ground, and comes in all the different FRN colors. Flat ground VG10 for the Endura 4. So, both of them you kind of have a lot of choices. So as far as design, we'll do a little mini review of the Endura 4. The Endura 4 has been one of my favorite models for a very long time from Spyderco. And it's just like I don't know, I always say if I was a contractor, of course I'm not, but if I use knives a lot, I would probably have an Endura 4 in my pocket. They're cheap-ish, kind of cheap enough to really beat on them and get use out of them, but still going to be that quality Spyderco that's going to hold up for years and years. and the back lock, on both of them will last for a very long time. So I think you're set there as far as locking, and very strong too. So you can kind of see choked up on the Endura 4 is very comfortable. There is no choil. Of course, I've always found this very adequate for whatever control I needed. So, yeah, it doesn't have a choil, but I've never found it lacking in real world use. And of course, if you want to choke back, your finger kind of falls here, here, and then the last two come out here. And then your thumb kind of, see how this is jimped all the way up on the FRN and on here? It just kind of falls in and locks in. Very, very nice, very comfortable. A lot of reach. This does not have the jimping on the FRN. I don't think that's a plus or a minus, because it does add grip, but I don't think it adds enough to really take away from the stretch to say it doesn't have it. This lighting's hard to see, but hopefully you can see that. So, here they are together for that viewer who wanted to know I guess a comparison of the two. I will say, at first glance, for me, I like the Endura better for looks. But after you carry and use the Stretch 2, it really, really grows on you, and you just really appreciate this funky blade shape. Even for Spyderco, it's kind of a funky drop point, hunter, skinning style blade. And there's some rumors that Spyderco is going to do a straight spine on these, like maybe a sprint run or maybe an extra run, so it'll be more leaf shaped like this. But that's all subjective. I'd say you can't go wrong with either one. You can see blade length on the Endura is just a little bit more. Not enough really to, I don't know, to say that the Stretch is not big enough. The Stretch 2 is definitely long enough cutting edge for me to carry and be perfectly happy with this as my main EDC. But then again, can't say enough good about the Endura, so I know I sound real wishy-washy. I have both for a reason. I just love both of them. So, yeah. Great knives. Both great knives. If you're going to go Endura 4, I would highly suggest the ZDP full flat. And you'll really find out what a slicer can do. And it's lightweight. This full flat grind that has this taper. You can see this blade kind of gets skinny down here. Just a very light blade. You can tuck this in the waistband of your workout sweatpants or workout pants and forget it's there. And the same thing with the Stretch, too. And FRN, I can't say enough good about FRN. I know knife snobs and stuff, which I guess we all kind of are, but not everybody hates FRN. But a lot of knife enthusiasts kind of look down on FRN and kind of want something titanium and stuff. And while I do love titanium and carbon fiber and G10, it's FRN is a great choice. I mean, it takes a lot of heat. It can get very cold, no cracking, resist all kinds of shock. If you drop it, it's basically going to bounce back and not even bother it at all. You can't really stain it or hurt it. It's just kind of a great handle material. Real practical. So, yeah. I would say to the person who was asking for that comparison, you can't go wrong. Just kind of flip a coin and try one out. I guarantee you'll probably pick the other one up. So with that, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next